So my lawnmower guy is coming today, and last week I noticed this giant patch of purslane outside, and I wanted to go get some of it before it's gone. It did have flowers open. Don't see the little yellow flowers. And this entire plant is edible. It can be eaten raw, and these need cleaned a lot more, as you can see. It can be eaten raw, or I already rinsed it out like about 3 times outside already with the water hose, but I wish there was one flower open somewhere still. They closed really fast because of the heat. It is so hot here. I can't wait until November, I swear. Wake me up when September ends, right? That song. Wake me up when 2020 ends. But you can see the little flowers there. The whole plant is edible. The stems probably you'd want to cook, you know, if you're going to eat the stems. But the flowers and the leaves, and it is a succulent. It's sort of like that Malabar spinach I've been talking about. I don't even know if I did any videos about the Malabar spinach. It's kind of amazing because I bought seeds for the Malabar spinach, and a lot of times when you buy seeds, they'll send you old seeds or just not good seeds, and they don't come up. And it's really weird because I don't believe in superstition, and I don't believe in fate, and I don't believe in all that weird stuff, but stuff is always happening to me like it was just meant to be. And I met this friend of mine, and they like to garden at their house, and it was really strange because, like, they said, you know, we'll bring you some peppers out of the garden, and, you know, bring you some seeds and things, and, you know, maybe you might want this vine, you know, that's growing all over the place. We're just trying to get rid of it. And I'm like, fine. And called me at like totally ridiculous time when I was not ready. I was just like panicking, trying to like straighten up my house, and because like I had, you know, I'm a busybody, like, and I'll throw stuff everywhere and then clean it back up and then throw stuff everywhere again and clean it, do that all day long. And my cats like mess stuff up too, you know, so they'd mess stuff up, and they're like, we're coming over, you know, and I'm like, oh no. So like, get out of the car and go back to their trunk and pick up this trellis with this vine on it. And I'm looking at it as they're walking towards me. And I'm like, that is what I just got seeds for 2 weeks ago, which was red stemmed Malabar spinach. And there's also green stemmed, but this was red stemmed, just like I ordered the seeds for. And they hadn't come up yet. And I was starting to think, yeah, they sent me bad seeds. You know, it happens, you know, and there's really not much you could do about it except for bitch and moan on the, you know, complaint section on the Amazon, you know, and sometimes they'll, you know, send you fresh ones, and sometimes they just ignore you. You know, you just never know what's going to happen. But, you know, they're walking towards me with this trellis with this massive, just gorgeous vine on it with flowers all over it, and these deep green spinach leaves, and I'm just gasping. I couldn't believe it because I wanted that plant so bad. And I'm like, that's Malabar spinach. And they're just disgusted. They're like, oh, it's all over my yard. It's everywhere. It won't stop growing. I'm like, oh my God, I hope that happens here. You know, and actually, you know, like I ate all the leaves that were on that vine, and they have not come back, but the vines haven't died either. They're like alive. It's just they haven't got any more leaves because I think that they went into shock because it's so hot. And I planted that whole trellis and that vine, but Malabar spinach gets berries all over it, which are the seeds, and they kept dropping off into this giant cattle feeder pot that I have it planted in. And now I have a bunch of Malabar spinach seedlings coming up underneath of it. And why am I talking about, because I was going to say, I was like, why am I talking about Malabar spinach anyways? But my seeds that I ordered from Amazon never did come up. by the way. Thanks, Amazon. So these are similar. They're thicker and probably, you see that? That's a seed right there. It's gotta be. That's gotta be a seed. Especially when it's in that little cup like that. That's probably what was rinsing off of them when I was washing them. I hope that it seeds my yard back there, so I start getting it back there because it was out front. I do have some back there, but not like was out there. There was a huge patch of it out there, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Mother Earth. That's grass right there. So it's kind of thicker, and probably if you cut this, it would be... There's more grass. That's why I got to go through it and wash it again. It's got a really pungent smell. Unless I'm smelling my kimchi I made last night. But they said it tastes between like salty and tangy, like lemony. And it's really high in vitamin A, vitamin E, and potassium and calcium. And I was reading the Wikipedia, and believe me, it's called Purslane. I'll put that in the title. It's worth it to go read about the plant's metabolic processes. They're really different, and I mean it's amazing if you go read about it. Yeah, that's definitely a seed. I see one right there. See that? That's a seed. And I'm sorry I got... Oh, yeah, see? Look at... Okay, it's a seed pod. See all the little seeds all over? That is so cool. Well, I am just going to stop this video because I'm going to save these seeds. So what a difference a day makes, huh? This is the fenugreek that I've been waiting for it to grow. And just about all of these have germinated now. And as you can see, it's still got these little... I think I've showed you before. I sit here and pick them off like in the morning when the dew is still wet. But I'll tell you what, it was not this morning. I had to water. It's dry, and in a little bit here I'm gonna burn I don't know if I put that in one of my videos. I had a tree come down during the summer from a storm, and it knocked out my internet and my cable for maybe 3 or 4 days till they could get out here and fix it. And I wanted to say about yesterday, and I forgot. One guy, you know, there's all these QAnon conspiracies. Like, by the way, like, why is QAnon now a group or like an organization? Like, they're starting rumors about the fires in California and Oregon that Antifa is lighting them. Why are they even a group now? Weren't they, correct me if I'm wrong, weren't they in the beginning, weren't they like the enemy? You know, I mean, I thought in the beginning like they were supposed to be the bad guys or something like that, and now it's like actually an organized group. I'm like, what? You know, I don't even know, but like they didn't even exist. They were just like maybe like they were sort of supposed to be like the Illuminati before or something. And now they're like actually an organized group that's making accusations about conspiracy theories. I mean, it's just really weird to me. You know, why are people getting so freaking weird? I mean, are our brains like evolving just to be weird or something? I mean, seriously, like the stuff that people say on the internet and the stuff that people talk to me about and try to convince me of is just, excuse my French, fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. Shut up, people. Oh my gosh, you know, people like try to imagine like that they have like some sort of powers or like superpowers or something. It's just so weird to me. It's like, why can't you just be a normal person and just live your life and shut the fuck up? It's just so weird. But, and you know, and these people like arguing about masks. It's like, it's a piece of cloth on your face. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. It's the same as wearing a hat on your head or socks on your feet. It's like, shut the fuck up. You know, I just don't understand what the big deal is. They're like, no, they're trying to control us. It's like ridiculous, you know, but whatever. And so, anyways, I wanted to say about these fires in Oregon, you know, and these conspiracy theories that people are setting. Well, one guy did get charged with starting one of the biggest fires there in Oregon, I think in the Bear region, I think it was Bear, I don't even know what it's called. But his name was Elias Pendergrass, and the only reason I remember that is because of that old singer, Teddy Pendergrass. And I wanted to know if anybody has heard anything about him, or like who he is, or why he did that, and how he did it, and how they found out he did it. So if anybody knows anything about that, and you can contact me on my email, it's starlessmystery@gmail.com. It's starlessmystery@gmail.com. And it's not because I'm like wanting to investigate it or anything like that. I'm just curious, because I can't even imagine. Like, I think about like all the little bunnies and birdies and squirrels and, you know, just everything that must have died in that fire. And, you know, I don't know if any people died in it, but it's just, how could you do something like that? I mean, you have to be a really, really, really sick person to do something like that. And damn it, I hope they throw the book at him. I need to put him on my Google alert on my email, so if anything comes up about him, it will alert me. Because, I mean, seriously, what a fucking psycho. And, you know, they have a mugshot of him, and he's all like smiling all sadistically. And I mean, seriously, when I saw that, I just wanted to punch him in the face. I did. I really did. Especially, you know, just what people are going through. They're having to breathe all that smoke, and, you know, had their homes destroyed and their lives destroyed. And, you know, how fucking dare he? You know, I mean, oh my gosh, you know, I'd have a really hard time, like, if I was like the jailer at his, where they're holding him, like not putting like 5 pounds of X-Lax in his food or something. I mean, I really would. I'm not really usually that mean, but oh my god, what an asshole. So sorry about all my cussing. I do cuss. I don't cuss a lot, but I cuss about him because that makes me mad. And then there were like 2 other goobers that set fires there too, but they were just sort of like, looked like domestic type issues. You know, that all in the same week they all got busted for arson. Right there in the same area where all those fires are in Oregon. But yeah, I just gotta wonder, what the hell is that? It's like, I was picking these things off and it's like a seed in there. Okay, but anyway, probably something a squirrel hid in there. But anyways, that's all I had to say about, I just want to know about Elias Pendergrass and what his problem is. And really sad about that people have to be such jerks like that and kill beautiful little animals and beautiful trees, and it's just sad. But one good thing is the you know, the fire will, you know, make things grow back really strong there. You know, they do regular burnings down here in the marshland because it actually helps the forest be thicker here, and they do controlled burns. Although it was kind of funny because like a couple years ago, one of them, well, it wasn't funny, but it was shocking, put it that way. They had just put in a brand new trail bridge through the wildlife refuge here, and it was made of like some kind of rubber, and it looked like wood. And when I first walked on it, I was like, what the hell is this crap? Why would they make it out of this instead of just real wood? And I thought it was so weird. And I was just like, I don't like it, you know, even though it looked pretty. But I was like, you know, it would have been better if it was real wood, because the one they had before was real wood. And I think that that's why they did it. They thought it would last longer, or maybe it was cheaper or something like that. But So they were going to do a controlled burn right there, which is near the restrooms, the outhouses there in the park. And apparently it got out of control because it burned like half of that rubber bridge. And I saw it and sort of was leaping inside like, yes, because I hated that damn thing. I haven't been back to that one since then because they had it torn up for so long, like I just stopped going there. So I sort of wonder what they replaced it with. I have to get back out there at some point. If I do, I'll make a video. It's pretty fabulous out there, and it's not that far from my house. And I mean, you have like wild plants that like grow up taller than me, and I'm 5'4", so it's amazing. I mean, you know, it's just your typical really thick marshland with lots of birds and seabirds and alligators and snakes and all kinds of stuff, bobcats. But anyways, that's another story.